Just in time, Sarge.
Aye?
Kettle's on.
Glad to see you're all hard at it, lads. Skinner, Skinner. Braithwaite, Braithwaite, Braithwaite. Scatliff, Scatliff. Wish you were all here. Scatliff. Kinnell. Stone. Stone.
What do you think you're doing, Cully?
Sir?
How would you like somebody to do that with yours?
Do what, sir?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Read your mail. Far too much of that going on in this place. Too many people minding each other's... Chief Medical Officer.
That's what I thought, sir.
I'll give this to Tom Stone myself.
Serious, is it, sir?
Where is Mrs. Rushforth?
In bed.
Leave that.
Oh, I thought you'd fancy a cuppa.
I do, but not water bewitched and tea bewildered the way you make it. What you doing in bed?
Our heart's not too strong. Might as well just pour the hot water straight into the tea caddy. Well, apparently find out she'd been robbed, give her a bad turn, and the doctor told her to take it easy.
How old is she?
Late 60s, I think. Her husband died last year. She lives upstairs there all alone.
How do thieves get in?
Back door here.
All right.
Kids.
Yeah, looks like it. Leave that. Didn't your mother teach you anything?
Like what?
Tea's supposed to be given time to brew.
That's not it.
When did Mrs. Rushforth get back?
Midday.
So the shop hasn't been open for business all morning, eh?
No. First time for 15 years, she says.
Where's she been?
Visiting her sister.
She live local?
No, a witness.
Hmm? Stay with her often?
No. It was her sister's silver wedding and they were having a bit of a party. Mrs. Rushforth knew it wouldn't finish till late.
So she decided to stay with her sister, eh?
Yeah.
Tell anybody?
I don't know. Having a dicky heart didn't stop her talking 19 to the dozen. About the party, about us not protecting people's property. Didn't get a chance to ask many questions. Then the doctor came along and he told her to stop rabbiting and get to bed.
Tom, we got a couple of questions for her?
Yeah, but he said not for a couple of days.
Probably won't be much use to us anyway. So we don't know what stock's gone, do we?
No.
Well, if it was kids,
It must be.
they probably nicked half a dozen bars of fruit and nut.
I knew Mrs. Rushforth would be away last night, sir.
Oh, yes, how's that?
I call in her shop sometimes. The thing is, she's a bit of a gossip, and she knows about most things that go on in Westfield.
Well, did you find out anything useful from her?
No, sir, I haven't been friendly with her very long.
Oh, thanks. Well, go on, Barrett.
I advised her to keep quiet about going to her sister's.
You told her about the spate of break-ins, eh?
Yes, sir. She said she didn't tell anyone she'd be staying at her sister's. Being a talkative sort, though, I thought she might have let it out without thinking.
So you kept an eye on her shop last night, eh? Good lad.
Including the lane at the back of her premises, sir. There's a door there that lets you in the back of her shop.
The thief broke in the back way.
Yes, sir. Well, the thing is, the door in the lane's in a high wall, and that door's fastened on the inside. Therefore, the thief must have got over the wall.
Because the back door hadn't been tampered with.
Yes, sir. That wall's a good height, sir. You'd have to be in good shape to climb it single-handed.
So?
So I think we got a lead, sir. Because of that wall.
The thief's probably a bit on the young side.
Yes, sir.
Put it in your report.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all, Barrett.
People live over the other shops, do they?
Yeah.
Could I have a word with them? See if anybody saw or heard anything last night?
Right, Sarge. If it's not putting you to too much trouble, love, I'd like to have a word with the manageress.
She's out shopping. I'm an assistant. Who are you?
Detective Constable Skinner, Newtown CID. We're making inquiries about the burglary last night. At Rushforth, just down the parade.
Didn't know there was one.
Who lives in the flat upstairs?
Manageress does with her husband.
I see. And when will she be back?
Don't know. Any time.
Well, when she does get back, tell her I called, will you? And that I'll ring. What's the number? Madam Joy. What's her real name?
Mrs. Dunn.
Well, thanks. You've been a great help.
Tom. Oh, Tom.
Yeah.
Mr. Rawlinson's been on about that run of kids break-ins out at Westfield.
Hello. Somebody been pulling strings at headquarters, eh?
And forth.
Well, who else? Get your boys keep their eyes skinned, will you?
They are.
You wouldn't think so. 6 jobs in 5 weeks.
Old CID custom, Tom.
What is?
Passing the buck.
I am not passing the buck.
Yes, you are. Trying to, anyway. Just because you can't nail a bunch of kids.
I haven't got time.
Good excuse.
Well, which would you wrap up first? A hijack, a bank job, or a couple of bars of chocolate?
Not my problem, Tom.
Look, love, if she is there, and it's not putting you to too much trouble, I would like to have a word with her. Thank you. Oh, hello, Mrs. Dunn. Detective Constable Skinner here, Newtown CID. Yeah, that's right. I did call in this morning. No, it's about Mrs. Rushforth down the road. You know, she was robbed. You heard about it, did you? Yeah. Well, we were just wondering whether you might have heard or seen anything that could have helped us. You haven't? Yeah. All right, I'm sorry to have troubled you. If you do hear anything, give us a ring, will you? Thank you, Mrs. Dunn.
Skinner.
Come in, Sarge.
I know it's not always easy, but just watch it in future, Alec.
They're all the same, most of them anyway. Bit of promotion, and I think they're chief constable. Just got to look at them and they bite your head off, honestly. Makes you feel like jacking it all in.
Sarge. Oh, you read War and Peace?
What?
Barrett's report.
Oh, I think he's got something.
Hope it's not catching.
No, I mean the wall back at Mrs. Rushforth's.
Teaching his grandmother to suck eggs. Any fool could have told us it was kids. Why write a book about it?
Trying to show how keen he is.
To me, a waste of time.
To you and Inspector Lynch.
Anyhow, Mr. Rawlinson's shoving his oar in now.
On this one?
Yeah, this one. And that is why we're going back to Mrs. Rushforth's. Because Mr. Rawlinson wants us to. Not for Mr. Barrett's backyard walls.
Sarge,
Yeah.
what did Mr. Rawlinson have to say to you?
He didn't speak to me. He spoke to Mr. Lynch.
Well, I hope he told him we hadn't just shoved it under the carpet.
I expect he did. Couldn't tell him that we've been flogging ourselves to death over it, though, could he?
It's not like Mr. Rawlinson to lean on you, though. Especially when he knows that we're short-handed. We've got important things to clear up.
Yeah, but I expected it to happen. The little bird told me the governor had a phone call from one Charles W. Handforth.
Handforth?
Yeah, Westlake Road. The first drum of these Herberts turned over.
So what?
So, Mr. Handforth can pull a lot of strings at Liverpool headquarters. He does their top brass a lot of favours.
And next April, we come under the pool. Right. But just because some kid nicked a bottle of his sherry and messed his house up a bit.
Because we don't seem to be any closer to getting to him.
Handfeld's one of those, is he?
Yeah. Postman left his front gate open. He'd sue the post office for causing a draft. We haven't missed anything this time, have we?
No.
Routine. Big jobs, little jobs, it's all routine. The joy has gone out of it.
Well, if you feel like that, jack it in. Do something else.
Oh, yeah. Ex-copper. Ticker like a time bomb. Only job for him is a job behind a desk. More routine.
Well, you've got your pension, haven't you?
So?
Do now. Take things easy.
I'm a Jack Jones all day.
You got friends you can visit, haven't you?
Don't have time to make friends in this job, son. They're too afraid the neighbours might see you talking to them. Acquaintances, yes. Give you a cup of tea. Soon wear your welcome thin there.
Well, if you feel like that, you better just stay put.
That's right. Teach young yobs like you how to do the job properly. What about these shops you're supposed to have checked?
Nobody saw anything or heard anything.
Same for me.
Sarge. Total proceeds from 6 robberies. 16 quid, 2 bottles of whiskey, 300 fags and a bottle of sherry.
Yeah, peanuts even for kids.
Just doing it for kicks. Either that or else it's one kid working on his own.
What's Roy been up to now, then?
Well, after the match last Saturday, they went...
That was a good game. Roy should have scored another try there, you know, if only he'd sold the dummy. I'm sorry, lass, go on.
It's the first time they've beaten Seaport. So they had a party at the White Lion, and afterwards they went to Morecambe Sands for a midnight swim.
Roy's idea, was it?
Yeah.
If I told you some of the devilment I got up to at his age. Eric, will you sit up straight? Eric, get here.
Roy's late. They're probably busy at the garage.
Here, you have a word with him.
What about?
About Eric. Roy said he'd ask his dad to give Eric a part-time job Saturdays.
I don't want any part-time...
Now, you listen to me. I've found you 3 part-time jobs so far, and you've been sacked from all of them. If Mr. Hinchcliffe's kind enough to give you an offer, you're going to take it.
There's Roy now.
And if you want that record player for your birthday, you've got to prove to me you've got brains enough to take a job and keep it. You understand?
Dad, that table. I can't keep Roy waiting.
Oh, well, Eric will do it.
Thanks, Eric. Roy's got that car I told you about.
What, the one he painted himself?
Yeah.
Ah, let's have a look. Eric, clear that table, will you? Ah, you can't miss that, can you?
Ta-ra, Dad. Do later.
Bye, love. Have a good time. Eric, will you get that table cleared? Damn rubbish.
Cup and saucer.
No wonder your mother's in her grave. You'd enough to drive anyone there.
Yeah. Come in. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, Tom. I'll come back.
No, that's all right. That's all right. But, well, I'll ring again tomorrow. Okay. All right. Well, what is it, Bert? An official call? Or are you looking for somebody to chat to?
Oh, you're a bit lonely up there sometimes, Tom.
Penalties of power, so they tell me.
Paddle here having nothing to do. Oh, not that I'm complaining, mind you.
I would.
Ever fancied yourself, Tom?
What, your job?
Well, not mine so much as Fred Connor's. Nah. I was just thinking, you know, I'm a man of your age, your experience, your state of health.
Well, my state of health.
Oh, I might like to, you know, consider taking it easier, doing less of the donkey work like me.
How did we get to this?
This came to me this morning. I forgot all about it. I thought I'd intercept it, just in case.
Chief Medic... In case of what?
Well, in case, you know.
My cards?
Oh, no, but,
Do you know something I don't know?
No, Tom.
Like, why can't I put on that new Detective Sergeant, Kinnell?
Oh, increasing the crime figures, that's all that was,
crime
Tom.
figures. Thinks I can't manage
Then
them
why
after all
don't
these
you
years.
open it and see?
It's my annual medical. That's all. I just don't have time to get...
That's all right, then. It's all right, isn't it?
Is it? What if I fail?
So when did you see this bloke, Barrett?
Last week.
Thank you.
I've only just remembered seeing him.
I'm glad you did remember.
But the thing is, I know you're looking for someone.
Look,
So I thought...
Barrett, I'll see you later.
Yes, Skinner?
I've just been talking to Barrett.
Nice for you.
Well, apparently he saw some bloke in Rushfords.
Oh, yeah? What bloke?
Window cleaner.
Get a name?
No, but I'll check it out. You know, it might be something.
I've just been reading Barrett's report again.
Oh, yeah?
I checked Mrs. Rushforth's premises regularly from 8 p.m. onwards. The last time I inspected the rear of the building was at 9:48 p.m. If the burglary was carried out during the same hours as the other recent offences in Westfield, i.e. between 8 and 10 p.m., then the crime must have been committed between my visits.
Goes on a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I suppose I used to do that in my reports.
Well, at least Barrett can spell. As these visits were at regular intervals, the intruder must have worked extremely quickly. And I respectfully suggest this again points to a young person.
Well, it is the first chance he's had to play detective. You can't blame him for making the most of it, Sarge.
He's got the makings of a good copper. If only he'd remember he's writing a report, not a ruddy novel.
Inspector Lynch will sort him out.
I bet he will.
Right now, let's see. Haven't been in the force long.
Oh, yes, sir.
Used to be a school teacher.
Yes, sir. Westfield Grammar, I think, in some ways.
It's all here in front of me, Barrett. I'm trying to read it for myself. Seems to me you still think you're in the classroom, in more ways than one.
I gather you're referring to my report, sir.
10 out of 10.
Sir, in the case of Mrs. Rushford's shop...
Barrett!
Sir.
Don't go on, lad. Not at me. And remember, they're not a bunch of school kids in the CID either.
No, sir.
So don't try teaching them their ABC.
Sorry, sir.
Another thing. The crime must have been committed between my visits. Might have been committed while you were making one of your regular visits at regular intervals. Well?
Yes, sir, it might.
That didn't occur to you?
No, sir.
Should have. Supposing you'd seen a light, say, on in the premises, what would you have done then?
I'll call for assistance, sir.
And what then, while you were waiting for assistance?
Kept observation on the rear of the premises, sir.
And let the thief get out the front way?
Sir?
I don't want you to curtail your enthusiasm, Barrett, but you're the one who has to learn his ABC. And I would suggest the best way of doing that was keeping your eyes and your ears open and your opinions to yourself.
Hey, fancy a pint?
Yeah. Tell you what, I'll treat you.
Blimey, what do you want?
Information. About somebody you nicked.
That'll cost you 2 pints.
Yeah, all right then. Tell us about Bobby Porter.
Oh, he's a credit to his mum and dad, he is. 13, and he's already under the supervision of the probation department. Hey, you're a tidy lot, you Jacks, aren't you?
This amateur.
What, the Westfield job?
Yeah. Well, we reckon he's doing it for kicks, so we're checking all the kids.
Forget Bobby Porter.
You sure?
Yeah. Nicking out of pockets in the cloakroom, other kids' desks, that's top weight for him.
You balmy den. dead nuts?
No, I ain't, Bobby.
Well, you're going to work in an office, aren't you?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
And you are balmy. But be like in class, adding up sums.
Get wages every Friday.
Listen, Twit. The number of times I've heard Dad talking to Mum. I dunno, he says. Takes me all my time to manage. No money for the holidays this year.
We're not going away either.
My dad does overtime.
So's mine.
Then they're all balmy, working late and can't even take us on holidays.
You mean you're not going to work in an office?
Not flippin' likely. And if you stick with me, you won't have to work in no office.
Why do you want me to stick with you?
'Cause I'm going to do some proper thieving, Daft Ed. And I've got to have a mate.
What about bobbies?
They couldn't even catch a dirty great bus.
They're always catching people.
Yeah. Them who don't know what they're doing. It's like any other job. You got to learn it proper. Like I am.
They caught you.
I was just starting to learn then. Look, Twit, are you going to skip maths and come out with me tomorrow, or aren't you?
Well, I don't know.
Shaking?
No, I'm not. It's just, well, I've never pinched anything before.
All right, then. I'll do it on me Todd. And you'll read in the newspaper one of these days. £1 million stolen from bank. Police haven't got a clue. And it'll be me, Bobby Porter. And you'll be in that grotty office doing your sums. And I'll be on holiday somewhere.
Bobby?
What?
Are you sure the coppers won't catch us?
Course. Boggers will reckon it's that kid who's been robbing all the houses at Westfield.
I never thought of that.
Look, mate, Lynch isn't Sarge anymore.
That shouldn't make all that much difference.
It didn't at first, but it is now, though.
Oh, he's got a lot more on his shoulders.
Yeah, 2 pips.
Responsibility. He's getting on top of him.
Yeah, but he better watch it. If he doesn't, he'll have half the bobbies standing in the papers. Where is he?
You know what's wrong with Barrett, don't you?
Yeah, we're short of drivers, so when he got here, he went out on a course, then a couple of weeks on patrol with Worsley, and bingo, out on his own.
And Worsley couldn't show his granny how to put her teeth in.
Well, that's been taken care of.
How?
Lynch is putting Barrett out with someone else, somebody who really knows the job, you know.
Who's that?
Well, who do you think? Why'd you turn it in?
Beg pardon?
School teaching.
Oh. It's a worthwhile job, but it's boring. I mean, marking all those exercise books. Summing up pupils on their reports. They're not very exciting occupations, are they?
Long holidays, though.
Never any money in your pocket. Mind you, that isn't all of it.
Why'd you pick on this lark instead?
I saw a poster.
Which one?
Join the police force for a career of action and responsibility.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what that means, shall I?
Go on.
That means you find a gaff that's been done, all right? You think the villains are still on the premises, so you call for assistance. Why?
There might be more than one villain.
No, there's a more important reason than that.
If something's stolen but we don't catch the thief, people might say there was no one there with that policeman. How do we know he's honest?
Right. You see, you've got to have a mate with you to cover yourself.
I see.
Bert Lynch sort of hinted that you should have got into Rushforth's on your own, didn't he?
That's my impression.
Yeah. Now, supposing you're amateur had scarpered, leaving you on the premises, people might have started to say that you were the one that nicked the money that was missing. Would Bert Lynch have backed you up then?
I expect he would.
No way. You see, even though he'd get it in the neck from his governor, and in turn he'd get it in the neck from the governor above him, he'd leave you to rot. Do you see what the poster means now, don't you? You take the action, we don't take the responsibility.
You're having me on, aren't you?
Don't
Steady on. Where are you off to in such a hurry then?
Well, Sergeant Stone's just driven up.
Well, he does that every day. No need to get aerated about that.
No, I know, but he's
He
carrying...
just come back from his medical. Yes, I know.
Yeah, and he's carrying a set... set of golf clubs. Sir.
Well, everything all right, Tom? You know,
Oh, medical. Yeah. Yes, he said that if I could convince my well-wishers and colleagues that I'm not dying, I'd probably go on for another good 20 years.
Oh, good. Whose are these?
Mine.
Clubs. Yours? But you don't play golf.
About time I learnt then, isn't it? Oh, hello, sports section. The golf professionals shop, please. Well, that's one job wrapped up. Any luck with Mrs. Rushforth?
Yeah, all bad.
Win a cleaner idea was a dead loss, eh?
Yep.
So, back to square one.
Some kid keeping tabs on the street, waiting for someone to go out for the evening.
Very possible. I got a feeling he knew those houses were going to be empty.
How did he know?
You tell me.
Roy doesn't want me to leave, Madam Joyce.
Why not?
He says I won't make as much money. It'll take us longer to save up and get married.
He's got his head screwed on right.
I don't think that's his real reason.
And what is it then?
If I get an office job, I'll be off on Saturdays. I want him to take me out.
And not play rugby?
Oh, well, not every Saturday, just now and again.
Team will be nothing without Roy.
I'm fed up with hairdressing, Dad.
Why?
The customers. Trying to make me feel small. We're having dinner at the Plaza in Liverpool tonight. Have you ever been there, dear? No, I don't suppose you have. It's awfully expensive.
I took your mother there once.
Mrs. Gibson phoned yesterday. I'll be in on Thursday morning, Pauline. And do take extra care this week. We're going to the opening night of a new club in Manchester on Thursday.
The waiter charged us for something we hadn't had. He apologised, of course, but I wasn't having any. I sent for the manager. I bet they still remember me at the Plaza. You're early.
Eric, don't be so mucky. Roy's never taken me to the Plaza. We just go drinking round town so he can meet his friends and talk rugby. I told him last night. I said, I want to go to that new club in Manchester. Show Mrs. Gibson she's not the only one that can. Honestly, you'd think she was the Queen of Sheba.
Where do you think you're going, then?
Out.
Out where?
Just out.
What about your O-levels?
I'll do some work later.
Eric! Eric! Now, you just listen to me. You're starting a new job on Saturday. It's only sweeping up, but if you don't buck your ideas up, that's what you'll be doing for the rest of your life.
Oh, Dad!
What are people going to think about me at Merrick's? I'm head of the drapery department, and my son's only fit to use a dustpan and brush.
Look, I'm not having no...
You what?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's what you'll end up. Nothing. Now, you go upstairs, right now, and you get on with some work. Because if you don't show people you can be brainy if only you put your mind to it, you'll be looking for another home, do you understand? Now, come on, lad. Lazy young devil.
Dad? You think Roy ought to take me to that club, don't you?
Of course.
Good afternoon. Where the hell have you been? You haven't been, what, quarter of an hour behind that, have you?
No, half day for some of the shops. They've been locked up since dinner time, so I've been checking they're okay.
Shaking hands with door handles, honestly.
We're supposed to.
Look, mate, we haven't got the time. There aren't enough of us to do all the fiddling things properly.
A piece of chocolate.
Huh?
Excuse fingers.
He's at it again.
Who?
Bobby Porter.
All right, leave him, leave him. Why are you letting him go?
I know where Bobby Porter will make for. Come on.
Well, well.
You're going in for the big time now, are you, Bobby? Two of you. Right, let's give this place a once-over. You, outside.
I ain't done nothing.
Get outside, son. Come here.
Piece of chocolate, lad.
Come here, Porter. You are charged with attempted theft.
Drop dead.
Guilty. Anything else to say before you get what's coming to you, eh? Right, Porter. This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me, son. Now, come here. Go on, buzz off.
His name's Dennis Jolliffe. He lives in Passmore Road, North Estate. His father's employed by Middlebrooks, and he says he's never been in trouble before.
Oh, yeah. Middlebrooks, eh? Stingy with the wages there, aren't they? Your dad's probably worked like a slave to bring you up, decent son, and what's he got? A snivelling little sneak thief.
Alec.
You know what you are, don't you? Eh? You're a miserable little tyke, son. Your mum and dad are going to be ashamed of you when you grow up. Ashamed, why? Because you're never going to do a decent day's work, are you? You're going to go around stealing off people like your dad, aren't you?
He says he's sorry.
Why don't you go and keep your eye on the car? Don't nick anything round here. Oh, yes, you're sorry now, aren't you, son? Sorry, because you've been nabbed. But being sorry's not going to help you next time I nab you, is it?
Mister, please.
Next time, I'll have you taken away and locked up in a place. How would you like that, eh? That's the way you're going, son. Spend the rest of your days locked up in a stinking prison cell. All right, you pull yourself together. Get off before I change my mind and nab you this time. Go on. Go on.
Roy not taking you to Manchester, then?
No, he's got to do some training.
Well, he can't miss that. Still, he can take you there another night, can't he? Where are you going?
Upstairs to do some work.
Mrs. Gibson won't be there another night.
Well, you can tell her you've been, can't you?
That's not the same as her seeing me there. Oh, come on, you'll be late.
Pauline, make sure Eric stays in his room, will you? Pauline.
All right.
I'll not be too late.
Ta-ra, Dad.
OK, what's up?
Beg pardon?
Since that do with the two lads yesterday afternoon, you haven't said two flaming words.
Haven't I?
No. You'll have folk thinking we're flaming married, you know. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Why didn't you let the juvenile court deal with Bobby Porter?
Because they would give him another lecture, slap another supervision order on him and put him in another institution, and he'd laugh at him for making him feel a real tearaway, that's
Your
why.
method will be more effective.
I don't know, but at least a kick up the backside might make him see sense, mightn't it?
Make him feel small?
Yeah.
If it doesn't work?
Then I know I can't stop him from being a real pro, and the courts are welcome to him, aren't they?
And Dennis Joliffe?
Oh, he's a first-timer. The only way to deal with them is lean on him hard. You know what trouble with him.
I think they will.
Oh, yeah? How's that, then?
Making people feel small never cured anything. Only caused resentment. And the more resentful people are, the further they'll go to get their own back. Simple.
And what is your answer?
Try making him feel important. Worth something. Then he won't have to go thieving to prove it.
Look, mate, I've been doing this job a lot longer than you have, right?
Properly.
And if you go around doing that, you'll not last 5 minutes. You got to lean on them hard.
Rubbish.
Come here!
Quickly, go for the police. Oh.
What was her name?
Gibson. They'd been to a new nightclub in Manchester. Didn't like it, so they come home early.
And Mrs. Gibson thought she knew the thief?
Yeah.
Would she pick him out on an ID parade?
She says no. She didn't get a good look at him.
Thief doesn't know that, does he?
No.
So he might think that she did recognise him.
Light was on when the Gibsons come in. Yeah, he might.
So, we bring him in.
You little...
They want me to make a statement.
I know all about it, do you?
Don't think I'll talk, though.
Don't you?
They've nothing on me.
Now, you listen to me. If the police think you did those robberies, they'll keep you here till you tell them the truth.
I won't talk to the coppers till I'm ready.
You want them to put you in a cell for the night, then?
They can't.
I tell you they can. Now, you listen to me. You'll make that statement so we can go home. Otherwise, I'll give you a good belting later on, you understand?
Skinner? Yes, Miss Tyson? Yes, they're still here. No, I don't think they'll be much longer.
Yeah, well, there's only one thing missing from your statement, Eric.
Yeah?
You don't say how you knew that those houses were going to be empty.
Eric?
Case the joints, didn't I?
Case the joints.
I'm a professional.
All right, well, I'll get your statement typed.
What happens next?
Well, it's Friday tomorrow. Juvenile court sits. Eric's going to appear tomorrow.
What's the alternative?
Next Friday.
Make it tomorrow.
Sure.
Well, the local paper comes out tomorrow. That way they won't have a chance to write anything about Eric. But by next Friday...
Yeah, well, he's a juvenile. They couldn't print his name anyway.
Oh, no, but it might get around, you know.
All right. What about a solicitor?
Oh, I can find one.
Won't have time to prepare a defence, will he?
Well, paper or no paper, some nosy devil's bound to get hold of it. So the sooner it's over, the less chance there is for anybody to blather it all over the town.
All right. I'll bail Eric out to appear in court tomorrow. We could do with a few more fathers like Mr. Tyson, the cooperative sort.
Yeah.
He let us go through the house without a search warrant.
That's so.
Yeah, mark you, there was method in his madness. If he'd made us wait until tomorrow when we got a warrant, there'd have been coppers all over the place. The neighbours would have found out.
Find any evidence?
No. Still, we've got the kid's statement.
I don't reckon you'd have got that if it hadn't been for his dad.
How come?
Told him if he didn't talk, he'd spend the night in a cell, trying to scare him.
Is that all he said?
No, he said, you make a statement so we can go home. Otherwise you'd get a belting from me, later on.
You sure he said that?
Yes, Sergeant.
And you stood there and you let him, you Burke?
What else was I supposed to do?
You could have stopped him. Or you could have sent for somebody who knows what this job is really about.
What's up, Sarge?
Nothing very much, except the statement will probably be thrown out now. Do you intend to stay in this job long, Barrett?
You mean because it was made under duress and his solicitor could use that?
Magistrate dismissed the case.
Yeah.
You told him what Tyson said?
Well, that's it, didn't I?
And the statement was all the evidence you had, eh?
Well, the bench ruled it was made under duress. Barrett should have warned Tyson.
Barrett again.
Can't you get him transferred somewhere else, Bert?
Oh, not very charitable, Tom. Can't expect young bobbies to know the law inside out. Might as well expect a new bloke to, well, know how to write out a proper report.
Yes, madam, if you go down here, turn first left, then first left again, you come to some traffic lights, and the laundress just on the other side of the road by the lights.
Thank you very much.
It's all right, madam.
That's why I went for you the other night, see?
Honest?
Yeah. But I reckon you're a decent sort of lad. So steer clear of Porter, eh?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
All right, you're on.
Ta. Got to get back home now.
Go on, push off. Thought you'd gone for the day.
Having a word with Mrs. Rushforth, seeing if she's all right.
There's no time for coddling folk, you know.
So I'd noticed.
We only charged young Tyson with the one offence, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. Gibson's.
So, in the words of the book, he hasn't been put in peril on the other 6 jobs.
No evidence, though.
So we'll find some.
What?
I'm not taking that load of codswallop about casing the joints, not from a kid.
What, you reckon he knew there'd be nobody at home?
That's right. And you find out how he knew.
Right.
Now, before somebody tells Mr. Charles W. Handforth that we arrested a juvenile and had to let him go again. And there's something for you to get on with.
So you've got no special mates in Newtown?
No.
No birds, neither?
No.
I don't believe you, Eric.
Suit yourself, mate. It's the truth.
And that's something that doesn't come very easy to you, isn't it? The truth.
Funny fella, aren't you?
So what do you do, Eric, when you're not breaking into people's houses, that is?
I read, don't I?
Do you try to be like the people you read about?
How do you mean?
Well, let's look at this, eh? There must be some pretty wild characters in there. Try to take after them, do you?
No.
I think it's bad for you, all this reading. Gives you ideas. Have you got any brothers or sisters?
Sister.
What's her name?
Pauline.
And how do you get on with her?
She's all right.
You don't get on with your dad, though. Why not?
No reason especially, we just hate each other.
And that's why you don't have any special friends?
Suppose so.
He won't let you bring them home, eh? How does he treat your sister?
She's a ruddy film star. It's him now.
Eric, how many times have I told you to put that bike round the back? Damn thing.
Evening, Mr. Tyson.
Oh, thought we'd finish with the police.
I'm just having a few words in private with young Eric here.
Why? Well, you forget about that statement. He made it all up.
It didn't sound made up to us.
Well, I'll tell you it was. He hasn't got the brains to rub the blind.
You don't think a great deal of him, do you?
I think he's a lazy, good-for-nothing embarrassment. Not like his sister. She's a credit to me. Wasn't for her, I'd be in my grave by now.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, love.
Hello, Mr... I've forgotten your name.
Oh,
Skinner.
you two know each other, do you?
Yeah, we've met. I didn't realise that she was Eric's sister, though.
Well, she's not likely to broadcast the fact, is she?
Dad, I've got to go out. Eric will get the tea.
Right, love, where are you going?
I'm going to do Mrs. Gibson's hair for her.
Hey, just a minute. Whose hair did he say you were going to do?
Lady called Mrs. Gibson.
Westfield Avenue?
Yeah, what's it to you?
You do a lot of ladies' hair in your spare time.
Few, why?
Ever do Mrs. Rushforth's?
Yeah, I did.
So she does the hair, and they talk to her. They tell her what they're doing and when they're going out. And she goes home and gossips to her dad.
And Eric sits there with his little ears a-flapping.
Right.
Interview him?
Yeah.
Dad and all?
I suppose so, yeah.
Who's with him?
Young Barrett, I think.
Now, you listen to me, Eric.
I'd rather you didn't do that, sir.
You what?
I've learned quite a bit since the last time we met.
All right, Barrett, you can show Mr. Tyson out now.
What do you mean?
Constable will show you. Wait, Mr. Tyson.
This way, sir.
Now, you listen to me. When you interrogate a boy...
I'm not
of his
legally
age,
obliged to have you present.
I insist on being present while you question my son.
So you can persuade him to make another statement? All right, Barrett. Now, Eric. I understand that your sister is a hairdresser. We've just got these 6 jobs we want to clear up.